You ever ask yourself how these storms are made? How these crazy ass hurricanes that we've been having and these earthquakes and all of these crazy storms have been being made, or how are they being made is what I'm essentially trying to get out here. And you have to realize that our weather system, or the weather, is controlled by a supercomputer. See, there's actually more than one. And I keep saying I'm gonna talk about it, and I know people getting frustrated, but I have to build up into these. See, these episodes come from channels deep. It may seem lightweight information, but it takes a lot of effort and energy to put this information out. A lot of channeling. But there's a supercomputer. There's actually more than one. Some of them are knockoffs of the original one. But there's an original supercomputer designed sometime back in the 1800s that is similar to like a control panel or some form of prompt that controls all of our weather here on the surface. So when you get your third eye open, what you got to realize is that it's literally an eye. They use something similar to like a Doppler Radar to track people that have open third eyes. And they will attempt your life. They will attempt your life, not to scare you, but they will attempt your life if it gets to the point where the energy that you're harnessing and channeling begins to conflict with their little occult rituals. See, the thing that people don't understand is that though people that are spiritual may look small and minute, such as myself, people like us have the power to actually fuck up occult rituals, believe it or not. Because all occult rituals, if you don't know this or not, they need a certain amount of bodies to demonstrate these occult rituals, right? And if you channel your energy and harness your energy and get it up high enough, you can make yourself into a medium and begin to send energy to anybody, right? So say for instance they got 3 or 4 people doing an occult ritual against you. You can send energy, and it doesn't have to be negative energy, but you can begin to exchange energy with those entities that are working rituals against you, and you could possibly even change their minds. Say for instance they were thinking about harming you. You could switch the ritual around and you may make this same person become your best friend. And this is because what they're not going to tell us is that there's a way to tap into anybody's energy if you know the source or the zero-time reference of how this being was created. See, I have the blueprint from studying the Egyptian mysteries to pretty much give anybody a reading. And I can pretty much tell you, out of those 24 different species, there's 24 different species that they use to create humans, right? And I can pretty much tell you out of those 24 different species how you're mixed and made up and how you've been amalgamated and created, right? So with that, that's a form of alchemy. You could begin to send energy, or you could begin to send positive energy or healing energy, or do like even what's essentially similar to like a Reiki session on a person that may be trying to attack you, and you can actually essentially convert this person over. So you don't always have to exchange darkness with darkness. However, you do have to have an open third eye to combat these forces, because these forces they're not malevolent beings. A lot of these forces have mixed genes in them, mixed with aggressive sharks and aggressive animals in the nature and in the wild. And they are putting these people in our society right now. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you get an open third eye. Another thing you want to do is you want to begin to always imagine yourself as a force field, or that you're inside of a force field, and that you're always protected. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is that your energy is going to start to work against you. And it's going to cause you to become paranoid, and that paranoia is going to turn into you attracting negative rituals or negative entities your way. So there's a lot of work that you got to do on this security system and activating this chamber before you start talking about counting the money and doing all of this and all of that. And everybody want to get into that and making the millions of dollars off the amount of money that they take it from your Social Security, and you want to sue all of these companies that may be living off of your land, and you want to get your land back and all of this. Are you ready for the attack? Especially if you're not involved in their secret societies like myself and others. Are you ready for the attack that they're going to bring against you? Because they're going to come hard. They're gonna use trust me, they're gonna use the women you love. They're gonna use everything, the men you love if you're a woman out there. They're gonna use every component against you because this is information they don't want people to know. See, it's one thing to be conscious, but it's another thing to have a blueprint to show somebody how to essentially not only free themselves, but to become more wealthier than some of the people out there that's supposed to be the top elite families. This is who you're gonna be standing up against. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. I got to keep the positive energy flowing regardless to what's going on with me. And it's not all peaches and cream. But I thank you guys for supporting. Got a few nice donations to keep going. And I thank you for that support to stay on the air. So I'm going to keep these videos coming. As always, stay vigilant. Stay wise. Namaste. Peace.